This, as you may know, is a hover jig. It was poured out of a brand new mold by Epic. We're gonna pour up a bunch of these today, but not for a minnow profile. I'm thinking weedless craw. Yes, sir, she is a beauty. Here it is, the Epic Bait Mold Hover Jig. Assorted sizes there, 1/0 through 4/0. You can use a Mustad 32-746 or a Victory 10, 575. Sizes 1/16 all the way up to a 1/4 ounce. And having poured it some already, she is a beaut, absolute pleasure to pour. One thing I love about Jason's design, and this is very unique in the lead department. This is a cast aluminum. Obviously, that's one of the biggest differences. Cast aluminum from Do It versus CNC aluminum. But you can see on the inside of this one, freestyle. So it's got the cavity, you know, it's got the normal paraphernalia. But do you see anything that's kind of missing, perhaps? Here's one side of the hover jig. Here's the other. Do you see it? Venting, baby. All kinds of venting on these Epic lead molds, and that's not unique to just this one. It's standard fare, which is why, in my humble opinion, these things pour so darn well. So yeah, we're gonna pour up a bunch of these today. We're gonna be using the Victory 10 575 in a 3/0. I think it's a perfect size, thinner wire. We are gonna make it weedless, more on that in a little bit. And then we're gonna rug it up on some Glory craws. So lead is hot, let's get to pouring. There's a quick view of the same size hook in all cavities, which makes things pretty cool and convenient. So whatever size you choose, they should all fit in every cavity you want to use. So normally I would drop out this whole thing prior to pouring, but I thought, hey, let's just pour it as is without the dropout the first time. See how she does. All right, let's crack her open here. See how we did. Ooh, yeah, look at that. Hello, venting perfection. All right, so as you can see, I popped them out. Here's one of them. Show you what we need to do. Let's get some flush cutters. Come right against that edge and just snip. How easy is that? All right, so to make this guy weedless, we are going to need a wire Weedguard, something similar to this. I forget the product name on it, but it'll be down in the description, as will everything else as usual. As you can see here, it has a curve at the top. So we're gonna take a pair of pliers. We're gonna grab it right there in that curve, and we're just gonna twist it over so we get more of a hook like that. So here in front of me, I've got UV resin inside of here, and then obviously a UV flashlight to cure it. On these hover rigs, or hover jigs, you can see all that room that we have between the bend of the hook and the hook eye. I call that the post. There's lots of room there, so we can hook our Weedguard. One moment, please. Something like that. See how it hooks around? Put a little dabby dab right there, keep it away from the eye, and bingo. Just blast it for, I don't know, 5 seconds or so. If you want some added insurance, you can flip it around, do it on the back side too. Bada bing, bada boom. There you go. A weedless hover jig. Let's see if we can get into a little dock bite today. There's one dragging that hover craw right on the bottom. Oh no! Quick release. All right, so with our weedless hover jigs taken care of, turn our attention to some soft plastics and get these craws made up. I'm going back to my I don't know if it's a new favorite, but it is definitely growing. Mad Micas, man. I got another color from them. This one is super interesting. It's called Magic Beans. So if you missed the last video, I mentioned that I'm now an affiliate with Mad Mica because, man, they make some good stuff. My 8-bit assortment back here and Barlow's, that's all my color shift stuff, but there's some unique base colors and alterations to stuff over at Mad Mica. So definitely go check them out if you are interested. You can use the links down below. It's not a discount, but it won't cost you any extra, and a little bit comes back to me to help out the channel. So let's get the second cup in the microwave while we're working on this top color. And again, it's going to be Magic Beans, so let's check it out. So I have no idea what to expect here on saturation level. So we're going to go with 1/8 of a teaspoon for this 1 cup. Let's just see what this looks like. Ooh, okay. Kind of a brown, reddish brown mahogany with blue swirls in it. You see that? Man, that's pretty nice. This is going to be our top color. We might add more. Let's add our flake first though. First up is Barlow's XL Black. You guys know how I love my extra large flake, and because it's so big we can afford a little bit more. So there's 1/4 of a teaspoon, because that will spread out all over the place inside of there. That should be nice. Definitely don't want it to be too saturated so where we lose the ability to see that flake. So that looks good. Now going to 035 Black. So stepping down to 1/8 of a teaspoon for this as well. Get those mixed up. This might make this top color a little darker as well, just on its own. Let me get you guys in a little closer. There we go. Yeah, ooh, love that. I just love huge flake and mixing it up with the other. Just as like, I don't know, molten, marbling, very natural look. I'm digging it, but for some reason, even though I didn't know what this color was going to look like, I had something in my spirit that felt like gold would look good with it. So I pulled out not just gold, but holographic. So this is Barlow's 015 holographic gold. Let's go with 1/16 of a teaspoon. We can always add a little more if we want. And then we need to look at saturation after this as well, just to make sure, because I really want the color on top to stand up. Ooh, oh wow, look at that. It turns some of that stuff almost like a, I don't know, it's almost got like a red holographic look. I do want more of it though, so let's go with a full 1/8. There we go. Alright, now saturation. I don't know, you see that? Looks pretty darn thin still. I do want a little bit more, just a hair. So let's get our 1/8 back out and do like a 1/16. So 1/2 of an 1/8, but we will cut it off there. The Gloria Craw obviously has thinner claws, but the body is thicker. So we should have a nice mix of both what it looks like in more translucent, thinner parts as well as the thicker parts. Yeah, I'm liking that. Alright, that one's back in, and we got our second cup here ready to rock and roll. We're not going to go to Mad Micas on this one though. I want to pair it with a little 8-bit goodness from the new Mica Shift line. We're going to go to Atomic Craw. Maybe this is why I was thinking gold for the top, because this got kind of that, well, not kind of, it definitely has a gold vibe coming down into it. So maybe it'll connect the two. I don't know, we'll see. Ooh, goodness gracious, that's 1/8 of a teaspoon. Let's just see where that gets us. On the underside of the lid, I'm seeing some green, I'm seeing plenty of gold. Wow. Yowza. Look at the streaks. I mean, holy moly, guys. If you aren't using mica shift, it's not even that expensive. I mean, you gotta go out and get you some. Holy cow. I'm guessing, even though that looks pretty saturated, that is not as saturated as we want it. But we're gonna stop there, at least for now. Turn our attention to Flake. And the first one, not a surprise, Black Whisker. I have really been enjoying this, especially in a belly. So that's a heaping 1/8. I'll put that in there. Should act as a bit of a backer, maybe darken this whole thing up a bit. Yep, there it goes. So that darkened it up, richened it up a little bit, and then you get this dirty look, right? It's like it picked up sticks and dirt and all kinds of stuff on the belly. Just love that for a craw. What I was a little out there on is actually another whisker. I don't know, for some reason, this one, little copper, little whisker copper. I don't usually put two whiskers in the same cup. I like to mix up not only the sizes, but also the types. But I don't know, something about it. So let's see what it looks like. Go big or go home, all the way to an 1/8. We're not even gonna go to a 1/16. Drop that in there. I don't know. Maybe it won't do anything and I'm making a big fuss over nothing, but felt like a little out there okay, well, I was gonna say, it felt like a little out there choice to me, but then I'm looking at it on the stick and I like it. I'm looking at it in the cup here. Golly, I'm actually thinking about adding more. Yeah, what the heck, let's do it. Let's go to a 1/4 of copper whisker. That'll be it though. I like that. This combination of atomic craw and copper whisker. Holy moly, that is looking pretty dang fantastic, if I don't say so myself. Wow. While it wasn't the same color, I did come out here last week with a prototype right on this dock, threw it right at that ladder. First cast with the Hover Craw. And I have it. First cast. All right, we are ready to rock and roll. Got those warmed back up. SDG multi-block. Belly is towards me. Belly is going to be on the right. Man, I am really loving that atomic craw with the copper. Jeez Louise, does that look good. All right, let's get her done here. Got them out, coming out together. Purge that guy. Nice and smooth. Usually put 4 clamps. I just realized on my Gloria craw here. So I didn't go all Hercules on it. Didn't want it to flash. That felt like a good shot. Can we get one more? I mean, these colors are absolutely fantastic. Rig's working well. Let's find out. Right there it is. Oh my goodness. That didn't take long. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'd say that worked. First cast on this dock and whammo. All right, we're cooled off here. Get our clamps off. Bring you guys up so you can see the final product. Well, not the final, right? We're gonna open this up, check out our craws, but then we need to install our hover rig on it, or hover jig. I keep calling it a hover rig. It's a hover jig for a hover style rig, but whatever. Here we go. Oh yeah. Oh, goodness gracious me. Atomic Craw by 8 bits. Does not disappoint. There's the belly. See how the legs are the more of the top color, but it still has the gold shimmer from the atomic. Claws as well. Looking fantastic. And I love that copper You see the copper through it? Oh gosh, I gotta write that one down. Yeah, all right, let's see what the top looks like. Oh yeah, there we go. Love the big flake. Oh man, yes, 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 yes. All that sparkle from the gold holographic and how it kind of changed into, I guess the holographic aspect really came out when I added it to that pigment. That looks awesome sauce. And then check out the lamination. Yeah, that will work. Yes, indeed. Oh, look at the big flake in that. Ah, the randomness, right? This one's got a little bit less, a little bit more. Just love it. I just love it. Every one, it's like a snowflake. It's like a snowflake. Every one is unique. And I got one here. I made 3 of them for me. So for those that aren't familiar, although I imagine most are, this whole lead goes inside the bait. So you're going to go to the back of the bait. You're going to pick where you want the post to pop out, and you're going to rig it from there. So I'm wanting the post to pop out right after that second right after that second rib. So I'm actually going to go into the back from there. All right, here we are halfway down, right? Went in through the belly, or through the back rather. Now we want to shove this lead down inside of there. So that's where we are, and you see we got the little tail end there. So I'm going to pull that up and around, just like that. Now my Weedguard is way up because I wanted to bend it up so that I could do all that rigging. So I just kind of bend that back down, get it in the place where I want it, and there we are, folks. A Hover Craw. Yeah, really unique, I know. Hover Rig Craw. So this is the Hover Craw, and I like it. All right, guys, there you go. A Hover Jig weedless craw presentation. Pretty sweet use of a brand new mold by Epic. Go and get you one if you like what you see here, or hey, you want to use the Hover Craw presentation as well as a classic hover rig with the minnow. They do have the tactical shad in both 4.2 and 3.2 that pair up and are designed, among other things, to go with this mold. So, shoots like a dream. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the journey today. Appreciate you coming along with me. And until the next time, see you guys in the shop.